Leo, I'm going to share it. Okay, I'm going to share it. Okay, most people don't even care. They don't understand. Okay, most people don't understand. Do you see what's going on? This is what 4G does, and this is what 5G does. So if you're holding your cell phone, okay, this is what it's going to do. It's going to bounce into you and bounce into you and bounce into you. So all of us with Wi-Fis that don't know what's going on, in 20 years from now, right? In 20 years from now, okay, what's going to happen? 4G waves do not interact with the human body, as the waves are much bigger than the body. Than the body. 5G, on the other hand, is millimeter waves and interacts with the human body, heating up organs. Scary stuff headed our way. Who's going to stop them is what he says. Does anybody really understand this? You know, does anybody really watch this stuff? I want to come back and get myself online right now. Put on this light. See what's happening over here. What's happening? What's happening? Does anybody know what's going on? We're so few. How much money do we have? How much? And I'm just saying money because it takes money to pay our food in the house, to pay our gas, to get involved with the group of who knows what to do. That's the thing. Who knows what to do? As the masses are getting sandwiched by that small percentage. Let me vaccinate your child. I mean, they have my niece. I'm giving all the vaccinations. I don't believe what you say. People, the hallucinations that are going on right now, can you tell? Can you tell me where you're going? I can't even, you know? But if you listen to me, what did you hear? What did you hear? Rewind it. I said, hit my mother with a baseball bat. I just like to use that because it's easy to come out. You never know what's going on. You know what it is? You know? And that's microwaves that are coming across. But if you slow it down, you don't know what's going on in this world. Do you know? Do you know? I'm doing these things, and I'm looking on Facebook for some of the posts right now. And I'm just, you know, looking up little things. Here there's something that it says Muslims don't know, and then over here there's another article that says Jesuits don't know, and then a little bit over here it says all the religions don't know. They don't know the penetrative truth of decoding the words of Torah, the words of Allah, the words of the Bible. Can they go back 5,000 years? Can anybody here actually go back 5,000 years unless you use the one system that I have? I have it, but I'm not the only one that has it. But I'm going to tell you what I have that others have that I'm telling you because you're listening to me and you don't know because you didn't hear it from them. You heard it from me first. But it's not something new that I created. And it's all about the percentages of the actual reality. The throwing of the dice, the roulette board, the automation and reality of designs, okay? The reality of it, what a design does, why I work with square paper, things you can do and things you can't do. Even though I can put a dot, right? The heartbeat, how does the heartbeat work? How does the heartbeat work? In a period of time, how does the stock market work? How do we mix colors? If I scream at you and I say you're really son of a bitch and I hate you, you know, fuck you, yeah. What are you going to say? Did you hear what I said? Slow it down. Some of the vibrations you just don't like, you won't hang around. Just like someone stamping their feet in the hallway and you're going, Jesus Christ, can't they respect me? Well, the same, can I say litigation? The same thing is going on in our daily lives to aggravate us, the chemtrails. And I'm going to go and say the same thing, the same way in my project, that I go over the same little things. I can expand, but if I expand too much, I need to remember certain things. And I should look up, I need to build myself a system. I need someone that can help me build myself a system of all the words that I can do. I mean, there's already a system out there, but it's a little complicated and it's not exactly what I want to see, so I can manipulate it my way. The word spirit is 91. The numeric value for the split of two worlds is 10, where there's nothing at the center. And I know that because of the deck of cards. And I know that 6, 7, and 8. And why is 6 scared of 7? Because of the deck of cards and what it tells me. And then I take it to the colors and the pool balls. Why is 6 scared of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. And then in the pool balls, it tells me that 7 is like the 15 ball, 1 and 5 equals to 6 again. That 9 turns into the 1 ball in pool, where 9 and 1 is 10. Where 8 and 2 is 10, where 7 and 3 is 10. But in pool, we go forward. Every 8 relates to the same pool ball. All these realities tell a story. If you want to decode the Bible, decode the relative percentages and actualities and rules and regulations and games people play in the formation of weights and measures. Formations of weights and measures. When we say weights and measures, and what about meteorological situations? Understanding the energy and how when it storms outside and we have thunder and lightning, where it comes from, what the reaction is, why is it being pulled down and need to be grounded to the earth, and if you're on earth, it's going to ground through you. Until I or somebody comes out here to penetrate inside of you, to tell you that these are the actualities of going on. But it goes further than this. How in the world is this so perfect? How did they make every single word in the English language? Can we do this in other languages? I don't know. I do it in English and French, and it seems to work for me. For me. Now, if this is so perfect, and they came out with Webster's dictionary, and we use the internet as the web, and the web is known as the spider, and the spider is known as 8, and 8 is the H letter, which the reverse of the H letter, I mean the same design, is the H and the I, and the reverse of that, okay, to create the reverse alphabet, only in numbers, and I'm not using, don't forget, there's more ways to calculate a letter, but I'm going to go layman terms because the easiest way is for what the people can do. You give me the letter O, I say it's the 15th letter, I go it's the 12th reversed. Now I forget what I was thinking. H and I, 8 and 9. 8 and 19, 9 and 18. 18 and 19. In roulette, it's a separation of two sides. They're both red. The H and the I equals to the R and the S. E, S, A, R, R, E, A, S. Reese. Can we say the rhesus monkey? Can we say R is, re as, R-E as in E-S and A-R? Esar? Raise? The 19th letter is also known as J-A-I. Why is it J-A-I? Because in the French language, they say 19 as zis, meaning 10, and neuf, they say 10-9. And if they're saying 10-9 and 10-8, it's 1 and 2. And if they're saying 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 is the opposite of 8 and 9, then we've got AB, and AB stands for or father, or strike. X marks the spot. X, mark, part of the disciples. Ra, R, ra, fail. The F inside the PH. How about the GH? Is silent, and sometimes the GH is an F just like the PH. And then we put 2 dots. Breaking down a word inside the dictionary, just like question is a K and a W. Question, but we put a Q. And it's funny, because in French, the questions all start with Q. What is quoi? KW, quoi? It's QU. And U is represented inside with Q as the 21st letter, 1 and 2. And 1, the first time 1 will represent itself is not when it becomes 10 plus 1, 11. It's at 21. It's 1 then 21. It's not 11. 11 is a word. 20 you say 21. And it's 21st. It's first and 21st. Have you ever thought of it? I'm going to write this down, and I've done it 100 times. Okay? $11, 1 and 1, 11. 1 and 1, 11, right? First, second, third, fourth. Standard, death. Then there's these few little designs that I put up there. I did it this way for a reality that if you have one road going one way, you have one road going the other way. We have online and offline. Do you know what the difference between online and offline is? Online is when we have a line here that separates the two sides. Offline, okay, here we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we have 6, we have online. If I would make this with 5 by 10, is it 5 by 10? Let me count this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right. And if it was 6, would 6 be online? I'm just trying to see if they're both online. What happens between online and offline is here. I'm going to show you what offline is right here, where there's only one square. And the center square, okay, doesn't have a line in it. If you have 2 empty spaces, you'll have a line that divides. If you have 3 empty spaces, okay, the middle space will not have a line. So the 0 is right over here, showing the above and the below is inside, and it's separated from side to side only. If I have 2 lines and I put a 0 over here, it'll be above and below. And I have to really explain that again, what we walk on the surface. If we put a 0 and we put water, we can put the 0 in water, then we're above and below the water. But can we put a 0 on land? I don't know if I can actually explain this. Everything is actually, I can't explain it. I don't know why. I just can't explain it. So we have some of these designs. We also have, when it meets at the center, it thins out. Okay. What is 33, the Christ? It's multiplied, it's added, it's minus, and it's divided. There's your answer. It's more than that. But even the words to divide, to add, to subtract, to multiply, even have their own rational reality. And inside Bible coding, we have to have the same thing. Just to jump over, the act of the cat is erratic, but the dog is calm and relaxed. At 40 degrees, at the 40 days and the 40 nights, the temperature has no difference. 0 is the difference. When the Fahrenheit is 0, the Celsius is minus 18. When the Fahrenheit is 32, the Celsius is 0. We have the strong and the walk. Oh, E and A as the 15th letter. The start key tells me to back up and repeat. The pound key tells me to accept. I made a few phone calls today, and that's what it told me. So these relationships that they work in the Bible and Bible codes, in whatever language you want to do it, in whatever religion you want to do it, I'm going to tell you, red, white, and blue. Let me see if there's anything else. I haven't really been doing many videos lately. Really upset. The other thing I want to work on is the vibration between aluminum, barium, silver, gold, copper, and iron. When I go to the bathroom, or if I bleed, right, and I go to the bathroom, I know I'm a guy, right? I shouldn't be talking about this. It smells like copper. Right? See the triangle? You see this? But then if I tell you there's a triangle in the middle, you go, huh? See, this side of the triangle, right, is not the same. It's a one-sided triangle. When I show it to you this way, it seems like sort of perfect, but it's not. This is above and that's below. There's only one below and they're tilted over. The club, see the B or the dead man, the B, the club stands above. See the way the I square, I put the H or the I inside the square or the Star of David. We did this already. Yeah, my camera keeps jumping in and out because of the autofocus, which it's not going to do this anymore. Let me go back. I just want to show this for those who haven't seen it. Sort of like the S letter. If I continue it, if I fabricate it, if I go on and I do a little bit more work, don't forget, I'm alone, but I'm not. Because all the information and everything I've ever done is already online. Anything I've ever done is online. Even the secret and the theory. The theory of everything was also mentioned by Einstein, although I didn't learn it till after. Monopoly. You know, monopoly. Does anybody see the guard? The garden in the den? The guard in the house? How about the garden? I don't know if I did this, and I'm just going to do it at the end. I might have done it before. Jesus and cross is 74. Time is 47. Space is 44. Space-time is 9103. 03, when you have a 3, 1 and 2 come into play. Creation. Now, when you're playing cards, and you're playing the game of Baccarat, or you're playing a game of, Baccarat, they will count the king as a 0 and say you only have 3. So there's a reality there, and I don't know what it is because we have to throw things around. If I start doing it alone, sometimes it makes me sick to my stomach. There's just so much to figure out. And if I listen to 6 songs at the same time, I won't know which one to listen to, and if I concentrate on 1 or 2, I won't hear the others. So we can't put all the colors into the same bowl because then they'll seem to be the same color. But if I put 1 or 2 colors, or if I do like my eye and put a black inside a blue, then I'll see a little bit of contrast. If I mix a little bit of yellow with a little bit of blue, maybe a little bit of green will come out. But if I stack colors on top of each other and colors that don't mix, just like the reality of this. Can I bring that in a little bit? So I'm gonna do something with that just to see if it changes your outlook. I'm just gonna do that to it. Then what I'm gonna do, and you can wind this back and see if you start to see something different, right? And now I'm just going to try and figure out what I should do here. And now when we hold this up, now if I darken in a little bit of the color, let me darken in a little bit of that color. Just going to darken in one of the colors here. We're going to see what actually happens. Maybe you want to watch me doing this so you'll see the changes take place just before your eyes, almost like magic, right? Doesn't it look like it's a tall, tall building? It's a tall building going all the way to the top, right? And then if I maybe just magically just magically, just because the colors bring it out, maybe you bring it out, I don't know what it is, but it magically seems to just develop its own reality because of the naked eye. If I would start to tell you something, you know, if I would start to tell you something, right? If I would start to tell you something, maybe you would see something different. Now, if I put a darker color down here, I don't know what color I'm going to use. Maybe I'm going to use this. I don't know what's going to come out of it. You know, I really don't know. I don't know. So we just start to see things that are different. What if I added a little red in here? You see, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Thank you for watching. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Crazy eyes.